Ohio NORML.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Chapter? Or?
Yeah, it's a sub-chapter. It's a national organization to reform marijuana law, but I'm the president of the Columbus chapter.
He's not just the president, Blazer. He's a user.
He's a client.
Yeah, he's the one with the name Blazer, right?
I'm the one with the name Blazer, exactly. El Presidente, David.
Blazer don't light up the herb. He's no stranger to the Chiba.
It's news to me.
Says the guy with the dreadlocks.
Yeah, the guy with the Jamaican looking.
You know, the true smokers always throwing it off on somebody else.
You know, it's funny. Mo doesn't smoke either.
No, I really don't. You would think I did, but
nobody believes us that we don't smoke, but if you hung out with us long enough, you'd figure it out. Mo likes the harder
guys.
He likes the harder stuff anyway.
Right.
I'm an upper, not a downer.
Yeah. I know how you roll.
Hey, so at 11 o'clock.
I guess you do.
So, David, today at 11 o'clock, it's a rally to basically get the pot legalized, marijuana legalized.
That's right. That's right.
On a ballot.
That's right. It's for House Bill 214, the Medical Compassion Act, the Ohio Medical Compassion Act. Kenny Yuko from Cleveland, Democrat. Robert Hagan from the Akron area, also a Democrat. They came up with House Bill 214, amendment to the Ohio State Constitution. This would allow for possession of up to 200 grams and also allow you to grow up to 12 mature plants.
Look at Chewbacca back there shedding a tear.
I know.
Chewbacca is an avid user.
He's finally going to try and get into politics now.
200 grams, is that a lot? I don't know, obviously.
Well, there's... I mean, yeah, I guess that would be considered a considerable amount, but if you're talking about someone that's growing their own, they're going to have to do it in a certain cycle. You know, you can, if you're only allowed 12 plants, you're going to grow those 12, cut them down, and then start over again. So,
how long of a process is it growing from nothing to a full plant, roughly?
Agriculture is probably not my strongest subject, but
so, okay.
I think about 90 days or so, but I could be wrong on that.
No,
hang on a second. We have
facts from a bong.
Facts from a bong.
Yeah, about 90 days from plant to harvest.
Okay, so you can confirm it's about 90 days.
Yeah.
Chewbacca once threw some seeds out on the ground and tried to go that route and was unsuccessul. He said
at a nursery, no less. It was where he worked.
Yeah, but it was outside the nursery where deer could get to.
Yeah.
So the deer were eating the seeds.
Yeah, they love pot.
You can confirm deer.
Where are the deer?
Yeah, some guy actually called him and said, get coyote urine and sprinkle it around.
And that'll keep them away, the deer away.
That's easy to get, too. You just run out to a field and ask a coyote if he pee in a jar.
Actually, they sell it at the head shops. They'll sell
Coyote urine.
Yeah.
For some reason, Wile E. Coyote holding up some sort of sign pops in the head.
Now, when
Acme urine.
Right.
You're talking about legalizing purely medical marijuana for medical use.
That is correct.
So a person like Chewbacca, whose retardation wouldn't be served by something like this is not going to do it. He's still going to have to go to the streets to get it, right?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, this is the number of ailments that this treats is like a grocery list that is always expanding. I mean, obviously,
like if you have a sore knee, Mo. If you have a sore knee, you can get a card for that because you know it does help.
If you are currently in a radio studio with your foot propped up and an ice pack on your knee, I would say that you could probably get some help.
Yeah.
You'd qualify.
Actually, the list you're talking about, it really is long, and the thing is, I don't know how hard is it then to get. If you were in a state where it's legal, like California, for instance, how hard is it to become a card-carrying member?
Well, you know, in California, they say that there's more dispensaries than there are Starbucks. So, I mean, they're keeping all of them in business. So, I would imagine it'd be relatively easy.
Yeah, it can't be that tough.
Is that what they call them, dispensaries?
Correct.
I like that.
And it
rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? I'm headed down to the dispensary.
Yeah.
Then off to the apothecary.
What's the apothecary?
The pharmacist.
Right.
That's where you get the rolling papers.
What are you looking at me like
an old term.
I've never heard the term apothecary in my life.
Mo, have you heard of sundries?
Yes, I've heard
Get
of
some
sundries, yeah.
All right.
But apothecary, did Shark, you know that term?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
Shark was around when they invented that word.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he coined that.
Yeah. So if, like, for instance, in California, if they have it there, you're legally allowed to possess it in California.
Yeah.
You can't go across state lines with it, right?
I would assume
Into a
not.
state.
I don't know California state laws.
Even if you have a card that says, look, I live in California, I'm allowed to have in California, but I'm vacationing here in Nevada or wherever.
Well, you got to consider
and I got to treat my glaucoma.
On a federal level, it's still illegal everywhere. You know, on a federal level. But you have to let legislation or law enforcement do their own local governing. You know, so that's where you get into that.